Today's video is on the Tapinauchenius Rasti. Um, and this one is about 3 days fresh malt. I picked this up back in late May, I believe. Freshly born, 2 eye-slings. I do believe I might see an epigastric furrow on that one, but I was out here playing with the light, looking at it. And the blues are really starting to come out, as you can see kind of in there. Hopefully the flashlight isn't really making it, strife too much with the lighting. But this one is a confirmed 1.56 inches. It's longer, but just, saying for sure it's at least 1.5 inches in length. And I love the way that these web. There's like 2 tunnels that go down, one that goes up the corner, and the other one that goes up forward. Then there's another set. I don't know if you can see that coming around this way. But then there's a whole nother set of tunnels that go down too. I really like this setup. This one worked out really well. Oh, might want to take this off, huh? Okay, try that. This one worked out really well, the way that this set up, the way the webbing, and really took advantage of everything. This has been rehoused in here for about 10 days. It's been about 7 days, and then next thing, but I love the way this one is set up. The problem though, you have to, in my opinion, you have to give it just a little bit of room. Like I'm giving it like a canopy top from that wood there. A nice home area in the back there, but this little piece of wood kind of arcs off in a curvature or whatever, so then there's room up top as well. Now, I did another Rasti, and that Rasti, I put a piece of wood all the way to the top. And right now I'm actually amazed that it's on the back of the wood right now. You can kind of see that butt right there, just hanging out back there. It is usually way up top, and I just did not design this for things to be just sitting so close to the top. Those are my feeder holes, and then, if you need water or something like that, then I just drop food down in there and make it simple. It's an easy way to convert a container like this into a good container for a spider. Like, why not, right? Even this one webs up really nicely, but giving it a little canopy top, I think, makes a good difference on it. See if I can get some light on this one. It's back there. It's just not as clear as, obviously, the clear acrylic, which is a lot nicer. I don't want to take the top off to ruin her web work, because then she'll be right back up there. I try to encourage them not to be so close to the top. But I do love the Tapinauchenius Rasti. I just like messing with labels and things like that as well. And I put side ventilation all the way down, which I probably could have stopped and filled this in or whatever. So then when I put springtails in, it stays in there a little bit more, because springtails will be able to get out with such a small depth between the soil and or substrate, if you want to call it that, and the holes right there for ventilation. But that works out. But with any setup, if you just do it a little bit right and just give them a little bit of room to do their thing, it tends to work out pretty well. I mean, not always, because everybody's always different. It really is. But this one is really turning out beautiful. And you can already see the blues hanging out in there, which I can't wait for this to actually come out. And it's just been stretching. 2 days at a 2 legs at a time, and then 4 legs, and then all the legs. It was pretty cool to see this one pop out. As a matter of fact, I think, yep, that's the molt right there. So I'm actually going to go in there and grab that and see about doing sexing the molt right now and see if I can figure it out. It'll be a tiny little molt. I don't think I'll be able to actually sex it, but I'll give it a go. Why not, right? Slide that back. It's not going to have any want to try and figure out why the top is open, if it notices that. But if you can hear that, it's a lot of web. Nice. So let me get a bath going, and I'll see if I can get this in the right spot enough to see if anything's visible or not right now. I got that into regular, the way that they stand, spider stance. And I'm going to try and see if I can take these 2 little paint brushes right there. And I'm going to try and actually just wiggle that area apart real softly, because the soapy water that's really warm really helps help that unfold and not, break if it's already not broken. So give me 1 second. So as I'm trying to mess with this, and this is just floating and wafting around, what I happen to notice is that there's too much damn water in there. So just as easily, just make it easy on yourself and just dump a lot of that water out. It doesn't have to be that much now. Just need a little bit to help, re-lubricate everything and keep it that way. So now this is completely submerged, and it's not going to be floating away nearly as easily. It's still very, very, very wet, but it's a lot easier to actually try and sit here and play with it and try to get that apart. So just a tip, if you start trying to sex your molts or whatever in a bath like this, which works out a lot of the times. Like this, like I said, this is one of the smaller ones. I don't usually like to do them until they get a little bit bigger than this, but that's just me. I don't have a high power macro lens. I have a Zenvo, and this what is this? Claris 15x macro. This is my lens that goes on my phone, and this has worked out really, really well with trying to see like small imaging and everything like that, but it's no comparison to any kind of microscope or actual camera with a good deep lens that costs like $800 or $1,500 for a lens. Like, of course those are going to be way better. I think I got that online, came in a little plush pouch or whatever and everything. I think it was like $30. So it's pretty darn good for $30. I'll tell you what. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can try and get this figured out. I'm trying to hold this as still as possible. See if you can see that. But I got it open. You can even see the air bubbles in the legs still. There's like 3 tiny air bubbles just within that one. But as I'm looking at this, I do not see any female definitive parts just hanging out. I tried playing around with it with a brush, back and forth a little bit, but it just doesn't seem like I see any female parts there. But this is a very young, like I said, after molt. It's probably somewhere about 1.6 inches, but it's for sure 1.5 inches. In general, this is how you figure out the sex of your spider. I don't see nothing. That was 5.5 zoom on that Zenvo. Back to 1. Didn't see anything that replicated anything that would warrant me to say that this one is definite female for any reason whatsoever. Like, there's nothing there to say it was female whatsoever. So if nothing shows up in probably like 3 molts, I would definitely say, you know, nothing was torn out from the molt, and it is, you know, a male, which is why I never like to sex these until they are a little bit bigger. I know some people can when they're smaller like this or whatever, but this is a pretty fresh molt. Like I said, this was 3 days ago, and I've sexed bigger molts that were months dry, hanging out on the shelf, and next thing you know, I could easily sex it and have no problems with it just because the size of it was bigger. So that's why I personally like to wait till it's just a little bit more developed, so then it's definitive. You know, you've seen it, take a picture of it, like definitely say it's there. But Tapinauchenius Rasti, the Caribbean diamond, I believe. If you don't have one, you should get one. There's easy ways to take care of your spider. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.